Hello, Internet warriors, and welcome to another fire episode of Uptrend, where your gist, your trend, and all the gossip they collabo together. I am your host, Austyn Ochu, aka the Ochu of the North. And today I'm having with me a very special guest to, give you hot as it will be for Obasanjo Internet. I will allow my guest to introduce himself the way we do it on Uptrend. So,
Hello, Uptrend family. This is MC Switch,
oh,
an MC, a professional MC, a comedian, and a concert hype man too. We we do expensive talk.
oh,
So talk is what we do for a living,
that's all.
basically.
That's all. I
And
mean, he wears many hats.
definitely,
And when it comes to showbiz, we give it to MC Switch.
by the grace of God, right?
Okay, how has it been? How has the week been? What?
It's been a week of rest for me. I just finished my comedy show. Yeah, Switch Unplugged 2.0. And it was amazing. It was quite amazing. So we're regrouping. Before the end of the year, we hope to come up with something bigger here in the capital.
And we are waiting to hear of
Definitely telling me
Switch,
the answer
Switch
in the party.
Unplugged 2.0.
Most definitely.
Okay,
Most
So,
definitely.
how has it been in the comedy industry?
Well,
Or MC industry?
since we are more of a jack of all trade, master of all, we're not trying to blow our own trumpet. So we are basically everywhere. The comedy industry is getting to a stage where we want it to be right now. At least, yes, we know that the artists, the musicians are getting more of the pay once you want to compare side by side. But if you're consistent with what you do, it's a very good industry to be in.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, for you aspiring, there is hope. MC Switch says there is hope. They are getting to where they want to be. And also on Uptrend, we discussed gist that are trending. And today in Nigeria,
Trendy gist.
so number one gist that's trending
Yeah.
is a popular musician. I don't should I call him? A popular musician put out a video, and
Oh,
in this
okay.
video he was saying that men are basically saying men are polygamous in nature.
Oh, well, I think you don't need to be too conservative about it. I think it's up on social media. So
Okay.
yes, I talked about Two-Face exactly. Don't mind. I
I can't say
can
two baba
Two
because these days
Baba,
everybody be
Two
hearing
Baba,
double names, but
Two
two
Baba.
babas. He made that mention in one podcast with
Yeah, with maybe yeah.
So what do you think about it? Is that correct? Is that how you feel?
I think as much as we want to scold Two-Face in this whole scenario, we should spare a thought for him. Okay, firstly, the podcast is called The Honest Bunch.
Yeah, I don't. That's not honest.
That's not Honest Bunch.
It's a new
Okay, so
fancy.
it's dancing, but we still have almost the same guys as the
Yes,
Honest Bunch running it. So when you're going for a podcast, you go with an element of truth. If you don't want to, don't do it. But if you want to prepare yourself that it gets to a point where you don't have control over the questioning and all. It just so happens that Two-Face could just coming out of divorce and remarrying. These are not topics you would want to see him align himself with. But if you check it critically for me, no lie. Baba no really lie. He's an African man and he's saying he can give all of his love to a particular woman, all the attention, but sexually, one man cannot be sexually attracted to one woman
And
for
that's his truth. He's speaking his own truths. And the way it is, instead of having, I mean, he has multiple children from multiple women.
by virtue of background, he's from Benue State. And I heard,
Yeah.
I'm yet to confirm, so I don't quote some people's tradition wrongly. That in times past, although times have changed it, that if, for instance, you're my friend and you visit me, I can give my wife to you for the night. My wife. No, I'm subject to correction, but yes, over time that has been a
Okay,
fact that
that has been a rumor.
it's actually more it's tradition, but civilization and all has changed that part of it. So probably growing up, his background, he was used to not being too attached to one woman sexually. We need to be very. We need to quote the exact part of connection that he has with the woman.
The issue with that publication is that after that publication, he came out and he apologized in another video to his wife for disrespecting her and all of that. So a lot of people have been on his neck. That, I mean, this is too baba. Alpha male, like why alpha male would they apologize for such a way being honest truth? And then also some people have been speaking on the matter and saying that there's a possibility that he's being oppressed by the new wife. That is why it's gone to his head. That second video was a gun to his head. What do you think?
No, I think Two Baba has been very expressive about his sexuality and all. I think this part is just coming from a word's perspective. If you're talking about actions, he's not one to really hide. I mean, he has about 7 kids from 3 women. So that says a lot about what he's saying. So it's just people are just taking it personal due to the current situation on ground. That he's dating, so to say, a popular politician, and people expected less of such comments from him. But yes, it is what it is. He's an African man, he's a made man. And I feel what's her name? Natasha. Yeah, I think she should have an overall idea of who exactly this guy is before accepting to be with him.
From multiple women.
So it goes to show who exactly he is. Just that out of respect, there are some things that are not meant for public consumption exactly. So that's where the other video comes to play.
So I personally don't think there's something wrong with you. I feel like if you're married to somebody, you owe that person some iota of respect. And if that video came out, let me be honest with you, I felt like that was disrespectful to his wife. Yes. As much as we are being honest, men we have learned to be a bit political
because it's too baba. That's why it's a topic. Let's talk about 001. Sorry, my offense on aesthetics. No, you will not hear the video likely coming to TV and saying, I'm attracted to multiple women. Can be with this woman, and the next thing, there's a lady in Morocco that has a baby for him.
Or we start seeing videos of somebody on the streets.
Down to our Nigerian cross.
We still have that issue
to CP. So there's a particular lady saying she has a baby for CP. So this man, by virtue of actions, it's not easy. It's not actually easy to control a man once he's made. It's not that easy. So Two-Face being honest about who he is, I give him kudos though. The repercussions of his statements will be felt in his marriage. So for him to take that giant step and throw a part, most men or most celebrities in Nigeria cannot say. I give him that respect.
I have said, don't put your business out there. As much as I know he's into showbiz, there are some things that are just left for behind the
family consumption.
So moving on to other trending issues, we had the big coalition. Is it Africa
Democratic Congress? ABC.
We have a joining of different meals, be it spaghetti, indomie, beans, and every
more like a fisherman's
in Nigeria. So I mean, so how do you feel about this coalition? Do you think that they are joking around? Do you think that they are a force to contend with, or you think, like someone said in the last election, that there are some people that are just in the room typing on computer? How does that work? Are they a force to unseat the sitting government?
Well, definitely they are not joking around, because most of these men are seasoned politicians. So there has to be a strategy to unseat a sitting government. And currently, PDP is not showing signs of a credible opposition. to the APC. Aside even credibility, in terms of structure, I mean, we have the types of Nyesom Wike, which is a very strong member of the PDP, but at the same time making moves for the APC. So if we're having ADC, personally, I don't think for now, I don't think they are doing enough to unseat the current government. Because yes, Nigerians are looking at credibility, and if credibility is what you're looking at, I think the only person I saw there and all of that meeting was PO. That was the Raul Faregbe of this world, and the imagine Rufai at one period was cat and rat with Peter Obi saying most of them.
Because David Mark, the
former Senate
president, projected chairman, were against Peter Obi standing in even in the election, and now they have become enemies that have become friends overnight. Do you think that's even sustainable?
Well, in politics, there are no permanent friends.
Actually,
there are no permanent enemies. Once it favors you, you get to switch sides, and that is the Nigerian political circle for you.
Which brings me to this question. So even if on the long run, long shots, if you think if they can unseat the sitting government, do you think that there is significant change they can bring to the table? Considering the fact that these persons at one time or the other have been members of the ruling party, and in the past 26 years, there has been no, should I say, much upward movement for democracy in the country. So what do you think they have to offer that the past administrations do not have to offer, if you think there is?
Well, this current coalition, we should know it's aimed at a particular thing: federal power. It's federal power. It might not exactly translate into the state elections and the local government elections. So, in the long shot, the personality of whomever they choose to bear the flag of that party at the presidential elections will greatly determine what we have to expect from that political party. I don't want to be too sentimental, but yes, we know some persons have a particular affiliation for this person and believe this person can do it. And in Nigeria, yes, we tend to want to blame the seat of power, the center. Sometimes we forget that our governors too have a huge say in what happens at the state level. So in the long run, let's see who they get to bring. At least I heard, Peter Obi's camp made a suggestion that he's going for one term. If he's given one term, which I feel the Northerners want to buy into.
If they follow through the southern part of Nigeria, you done one term, and if you're going to do just one
term, then it goes back to the north. Honoring. Well, for the fact that the party chairperson is coming from the north central, that means there's every likelihood the presidential candidate will be coming from the south. So let's see how it turns out. Personally, I think the current government has gone very far in trying to secure 2027. So there has to be extra.
To be a fight.
A very tough fight.
Once you come and snatch it. So also, we want to also encourage people out there to make sure you get involved in the democratic process. It's not just about talking about it. You have to do something. You know?
And there's another part to all of this. I think the campaign towards the last election, where we had so many youths coming in, I think we're doing with Labour Party, and that was like a whole lot of energy coming into bringing Labour Party into, to use the word, stardom amongst Nigerians. So bringing a new political party to want to introduce to Nigerians, it takes a bit of time to make that sink into Nigerians. So we see, but then again, as the politicians will say, do your voting and let's do our mathematics. At the end of the day,
Labour Party even gave Peter Obi 48 hours to leave the party since he's joining the coalition. I mean, so far his leg has been here and there. So is he LP? Is he ADC? Which one?
LP has not done exactly well for him, if you ask me. Yeah, we have had several factions in Labour Party.
party on
We've
his
had
back.
several factions. So if there's a party that's giving him rights outrightly, then I think he should go with his best shot. Yeah,
That
definitely.
makes sense. So thank you so much
Thank you
for
very much.
being with us on this fine episode.
I had an amazing time. Thank you.
All right. So these are the gists for today's episode of Uptrend. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you haven't done that, please make sure you like, you subscribe, and you comment. Leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much, MC Switch.
Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you
having
to our
me.
viewers at home. So see you next time on another fine episode of Uptrend with Austyn Ochu, aka the Ochu of the North. Have a nice day.